With only 15 days left till Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2 is released, there's a lot that we've got to basically analyse and go through in order to work out what is actually going to make Fortnite a good game again. Now, so many people keep messaging me, telling me that Fortnite is dead and Fortnite is dying and that kind of stuff. Me personally, I completely disagree, and that is based on actual statistics. The game isn't as well liked. However, the game is still just as popular. So the game isn't dying. However, obviously we want a good game. We want a fun game. Fortnite is an incredible game, but the level of fun that you're having every game has definitely went down at the start of Chapter 2, maybe even just before that. What I'm going to talk about in this video is all the different things that Fortnite need to seriously work out and sort out in order to actually make the game fun again. So if you agree with some of the stuff that I do share in this video, then make sure you do indeed leave a comment down below. Even if you disagree, let me know why, and make sure you share this video around so that more people can understand the things that need to go down in Fortnite, basically. But guys, without further ado, smash a thumbs up if you do indeed enjoy. Obviously, subscribe to me to stay up to date with all the latest Fortnite news, leaks, and updates. And finally, guys, creator code Bobblez in the Fortnite item shop to help put you gal that one step further. Hashtag epic partner. Let's get cracking, though, straight into what is going to make Fortnite fun again. Now, looking at the actual state of the game at the moment, the first thing that needs to be fixed is mobility. The Fortnite map is huge now. It really is, and having zero methods of transport except for boats, no other methods, is just not acceptable in my eyes. Even the zip lines, the very few that we've even got on the map, have been disabled at this current time. So we really do need to work out what kind of mobility will actually improve the game for the better. Now, obviously the boats are good for the water, but they're not really ideal for anything above a flat ground. So mobility number one being a vehicle would be some form of car or a buggy or something like that, like what we've had before in the past with the ATKs or even the quad crashers. Something like that, obviously mixing up where it is a completely new season, would be ideal, meaning that multiple people in all the different game modes could actually use these vehicles to get around the map, get to safe zones, and actually go uphill in terrain. Now, ignoring a vehicle, if Fortnite don't want a new vehicle altogether, they need to literally do one thing that will improve the game so much, and that is to literally unvault the launch pads. Launch pads had literally been in the game since basically the start, and I don't know why they ever vaulted them in the first place. They were honestly the most effective method of transportation, and they got removed at the start of Chapter 2, which literally I will never understand. I feel like at the very start it would have been fair enough to give people a chance to actually explore the map fully without just jumping and leaving the area straight away. However, we've been in this season for months now, and I'm ready to have mobility back, especially for late game when you're in really tight situations. These launch pads would be so useful, and we just need them back in the game. Not only are these launch pads affecting just a casual, more enjoyable state of playing, they're affecting the actual competitive side of Fortnite as well. So mobility, launch pads especially, definitely needs to be addressed in the start of the new season in Chapter 2 Fortnite. What is the next thing that's basically making the game unenjoyable in Fortnite is indeed the sweat lobbies. Now, Fortnite at the start of this chapter as well did actually introduce skill-based matchmaking. At the very start it was great. You were getting into all of these bot lobbies and it was fun time, and as it went on it got a little bit more challenging. You had some bots, you had some players, and in my eyes those were the kind of ideal lobbies. They were fun and you could enjoy your game, and then you had the actual arena game modes to play competitively when you wish. That's all changed. As of now, every single lobby you go into, you're guaranteed to have every other player being a complete sweat. The only chance you'll actually get a bot lobby isn't actually based on skill-based matchmaking. In my experience, it's actually based on if you're a new player or not. So this is completely ruining the game in my eyes. It's making it very unenjoyable. From a creator side of things, sometimes I don't have a lot of time to go off and play loads of games and pick out the best one to actually use as gameplay, and I'm struggling on that behalf. I just want to jump into a game, get some kills, and leave, and that's it. But even Team Rumble to struggle to get to like 10 kills. Fair enough, you can just call me a bot. I don't really care what you think. I know that I'm a very average player of the game, and that's my whole point. For an average player, I want to be able to jump in to Team Rumble and destroy, like I used to. I used to be able to get 40 kills in a game of Team Rumble, and then Chapter 2 started, and that's not possible anymore. So it would be really nice to actually maybe implement a new game mode, which only fills, say, 50 players with actual players, and the other 50 are bots. So it's sort of like a 50-50, but it's a normal game mode. So you jump into a game of solo, and you know that only around 49 other people will be real, and the others will be bots. So it will actually rotate for a more simpler game, essentially. Now, a lot of people would take advantage of that. That's just an example of something potentially that they could do. Or I know in the past that they said they were actually going to actually implement a game which was bots only against you or with your squad or something like that. So it would be a solo versus all the other bots. And that seems nice. That seems like a good game mode to have, to literally jump in, have a little mess around, have a little warm up. And Fortnite really needs to start thinking of those kind of game modes that will help players out and just make it so that every single game you get into, it's not just sweat filled. Now, moving on to probably one of the most important ones as well, it is indeed about weekly uploads. Now, weekly uploads is a lot to ask from any game, any company, and honestly I'm surprised how long Fortnite actually went by doing these weekly updates. And I'm not asking for that back. What I'm asking for is a more consistent way of producing updates. The update system is so random now. You never know when there's going to be an update. One day it's Tuesday, 3 weeks later it's on a Thursday. There's no consistency, and everyone likes consistency. It would be really super nice for everyone if you knew every 2 weeks on a Tuesday there was an update with a new item, consumable, cosmetic, anything. But if you knew that on that day you were getting something new you can mess around with, it would actually lead you to get excited for that day. It would lead for a lot more people to actually jump on the game, be ready, play the game. So it's kind of a win-win for everyone. I don't know why Fortnite aren't focusing on this more, and I really hope that the start of this next season Fortnite are going to start to pin down a more consistent update base. Now, moving on to the next one, it's kind of similar to the Sweat Lobby ones, but it's kind of different. It's LTMs. LTMs in general are normally now all sweat based. In all of the past seasons, Chapter 1 of Fortnite, we always got loads of different types of LTMs, and that was always so much fun. Sometimes you'd have ones where you'd be like, that's trash, I'm not playing it, but other times there would be such a laugh, and it would be really nice if Fortnite could actually implement more of them into the game at the moment, rather than just having the same game modes. You've either got Cypher and you've got Solid Gold, which everyone plays because they're all really damn good. And yeah, I'm kind of honestly through this video just talking about an average player, how an average player feels. Obviously there's pros out there that would be like, oh, you suck, that's why you're not enjoying the game. I am kind of enjoying the game. I just feel like it's too sweaty at the moment. And I feel like a little bit of tweaking, a little bit of adjusting, and things would actually get better. Even how with my previous statement about them actually adding new items, it would give people a distraction to want to try out these new items or consumables or whatever, so that you wouldn't just be completely sweating out the game, because there's nothing else to do but to try hard, basically. And moving on to the next one, for me, it is quite a big one, and it's having that something to look forward to. And I don't mean with updates about this, I actually mean by maybe some form of event, some form of something. Say for the World Cup, for weeks and weeks and weeks we had all of these kind of trials, all of these entries, and it was a fun thing. Now we've got a lot of competitive stuff, but it would actually be nice to have something, some sort of event or something that you can look forward to that isn't competitive based and it's just generally fun. Maybe some form of competition, like how at the moment we've got all these fashion shows. It's something new and it's something that you don't have to sweat at. So that's why I feel like a lot of people are enjoying these fashion shows, me included. And I feel like if Fortnite wanted to host some form of competition, maybe in creative, whoever done the best world, similar how we've had the block in the past, I feel like it would give people another reason to play the game, to enjoy the game, and to do things that they enjoy and actually get something from it, rather than just being a good player and getting money from competitions. But yeah, even if we did have some form of World Cup, mini World Cup, because the World Cup is a big ask, I'm going to be honest, something like that on a yearly basis, that would be really nice. And then in between that, maybe even some little creative competitions, whoever creates the best map in this form or that form of game mode, something like that. That would be really nice to see. Finally guys, for my last little point as to how I feel like Fortnite can make their game fun again, it has to be the challenges. Challenges this season have been dry. This is the first season in all 11 that I haven't done my challenges, I've not been bothered, I'm just leaving them because I feel like I'm not getting anything from them. You get so much XP, but who cares when you don't really get anything from the XP? In the past, I always loved the fact that when you get to that level 100, you get the little icons, the banners, which say level 100, and it just felt worth it, you know? It felt like the grind was real, but it was rewarding. Now, there's no end. You're just getting levels and levels and levels and you get nothing from it. If you got a banner say for every one of the different hundreds that you hit, so 100, 200, 300, 400, etc., then it would be worth it. Then it would be cool. You can kind of flex, like, look, this is what level I've got to in the 100 say, but you get nothing. So for me, it's pointless, and I would like to see in the future for Chapter 2 Season 2 some form of reasons to do challenges, some sort of rewards for when you get to a certain level. If they are keeping it to the level of basically unlimited, you might as well say, then I want to see something, some sort of point behind it, and that to me would make the game more fun. Having challenges that you actually want to go on with your friends and do, that's fun in my eyes, and that's definitely going to be a method to make the game more enjoyable. Again, my opinion. But guys, that is basically my list of all of the things. I could probably go into a lot more detail, but I'm not going to. There's a lot of things that can be tweaked and changed and adjusted, and I do want you guys to let me know down in the comments if there's anything that you think is important that I've left out, or anything that I spoke about that you think is interesting. Let me know. I do always reply to all you guys, so I love always hearing feedback and kind of communicating with you guys. It's good fun. But guys, like I said earlier, if you did indeed enjoy the video, smash that thumbs up button. Obviously, subscribe to me for more Fortnite content, and finally guys, creator code Bobblez in the Fortnite item shop to help put you out that one step further, hashtag epic partner. But anyway guys, thank you all for watching today's video, and until next time, see ya.